And finally, you did it. You saved your first $1,000, and for a moment, it felt like everything was finally about to change. But here's the part nobody warns you about. This is the exact point where most people lose it. Not because they're reckless, not because they suddenly forgot everything they learned, but because they don't know what to do next. So they hesitate, they guess. Or worse, they try to do everything at once. And just like that $1,000 disappears. So in this video, we're going to talk about what actually comes after your first $1,000. The three paths in front of you right now, and the mistake that quietly resets people back to zero over and over again. Stay with me because what you do after 1,000 matters more than how you got there. Hey, let's be honest about something. Saving your first $1,000 feels like a finish line. But it's not. It's the moment you're most vulnerable, because now your brain starts negotiating. You start thinking, I deserve something small. I've been disciplined long enough. I can always save it again. And that's how it starts. Not with a big mistake, with a reasonable one. A purchase here, a one-time expense there, until one day you check your account. And you're right back where you started. Listen carefully. The problem isn't that you saved $1,000. The problem is you don't have a system for what happens next. And without a system, your money will always follow your emotions. The three paths in front of you right now, you have three options. And no, these are not equal. Let's break them down. Path 1. Build a bigger emergency fund. This is the boring one, which is exactly why it works. Your $1,000 is not security. It's a buffer. It stops small problems from becoming disasters. But real stability that comes from having 3 to 6 months of expenses saved. That's what protects you from losing your job, medical issues, major life disruptions. So if your life is still financially fragile, this is your next move. Not exciting, not flashy, but solid. So let me ask you this. Be honest with yourself for a second. Are you trying to build a safety net or patch a leak? Because those are two completely different problems. Comment buffer if you're focused on building stability, or leak if debt is what's really holding you back. Because if you just commented leak, this next part is for you. Path 2. Pay off high-interest debt. Now let's talk about the one people avoid, debt. If you're carrying high-interest debt, credit cards, payday loans, anything eating you alive at 20% interest, saving more money while that exists, it's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. You're working hard, but it's leaking faster than you can fill it. So sometimes the smartest move isn't stacking more savings. It's stopping the bleed. Path 3. Start investing. This is where things get dangerous because this is the option everyone wants to jump into. Stocks, crypto, side hustles, passive income. Sounds like progress. It feels like leveling up. But here's the truth most people won't say. If your foundation isn't stable, investing is just risk wearing a nice outfit. If one emergency can wipe you out, you're not ready to invest yet. And that's not a limitation. That's clarity. The order that actually works. So what's the right move? Not a guess. Not a vibe. Not what TikTok says. Here's the order. Stabilize your life. Build your emergency fund. Eliminate high-interest debt. Then and only then, start investing. Simple, not easy, but simple. And the people who follow this, they don't just make progress, they keep it. Now let's talk about the biggest mistake, which is doing too much too fast. This is where most people crash. They hit $1,000, and suddenly they try to invest. Start a side hustle, save more, pay off debt, learn everything all at once. It feels productive, but it's chaos. And chaos doesn't build wealth, it burns it, because when everything is a priority, nothing actually gets done. So instead of moving forward, you stall, then you get frustrated, then you quit. Now the question is, what's the rule that changes everything? If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Don't upgrade your lifestyle, upgrade your buffer. When your income increases, when things get a little easier, when you finally feel like you can breathe, your instinct will be to spend more, to reward yourself, to enjoy life a little. And look, that's human. But every time you do that too early, you delay your freedom. So instead of upgrading your life right away, upgrade your safety. Make your life harder to break. That's how you win long term. The bigger truth. Nobody wants to say this, but let me be direct with you again. The $1,000 didn't change your life, and the next $1,000 won't either. But what is changing is who you're becoming. Someone who plans ahead, controls their money, doesn't panic when life happens. That identity, that's the real asset. Because once that's locked in, the numbers follow. If this video helped you see money a little differently, hit the like button. It helps more people find this kind of honest advice. If you're new here, subscribe. This channel is for people who are done with fluffy financial content that sounds good but doesn't work. And I want to hear from you. You've saved your first $1,000. So what's your next move? Are you building your emergency fund, paying off debt, or thinking about investing? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading everyone. And if you're still working on that first 1K, go watch the previous video. I break down exactly how to get there without all the usual nonsense. Take care of your money, because whether you realize it or not, it's quietly shaping your future every single day. I'll see you in the next one.